Establishing Norms, Rules, and Procedures by Angela and Francis. When transitioning to another part of the school in order to move to another class or out to the garden for break, students will continue using the procedure they've been practicing since the first day of grade 1.
Attention! 1, 2, teacher!
When students are transitioning to another part of the classroom, the instructor should ensure that they know exactly what to do when they get there and how to do it properly. In a classroom with cushions, for example, students should know that they must pick up a cushion gently, place it on the floor, and that it serves a purpose in our classroom. It is not a toy, nor is it a weapon. They should also know how to sit in a circle and how they should transition back to the whole class space. Students should have this procedure of how to transition to different areas of the class modeled for them and reinforced throughout the year, as with everything else. When reinforcing these procedures, students may also be sent in small groups to other areas of the classroom to ensure that they can model good transitioning for each other, as the instructor provides commentary and praise. At the beginning of the school year, students should be led in some activities designed to get to know each other, to practice teamwork and respecting each other's ideas, and to develop a climate of cooperation and support. Model behavior that shows not being a team player. Ask students how they would feel if they did all the work on a group project and their partners did not contribute. The seating arrangement in the classroom should be conducive to working together. In one of our classrooms, for example, desks are put into small groups to make it easy to transition to group work from whole class without having to move tables around or transition to another part of the classroom. The first time that students work together on a task, the teacher should assign group roles and ensure that each student understands what their contribution should be to their group. An example of group roles are as follows: leader, recorder, timekeeper, presenter, errand monitor or supplies manager. Roles may vary based on the size of the group and the activity itself. In science, I tend to have an experimenter, a recorder, and a materials manager, while in ELA, a recorder, timekeeper, and presenter may be more appropriate for the task. Although group work is necessary at the primary level, seat work and teacher-led activities are also an essential part of our classrooms. For these activities, we expect that students remain in their seats and all their attention is either on the teacher or on the independent task at hand. If the students have questions, or if they have to leave their seats, they must raise their hand quietly and wait for the teacher to call their names. Teacher-led activities usually start with carpet time, where students sit on their allocated carpet spaces with legs and arms crossed and facing the front. I remind the students about the rules by using the whole brain teaching rules. By doing this, the students are able to remember as they are moving or doing the action while saying the class rule. Here's a video of how it's done.
Rule 1. Follow directions quickly. Rule 2. Raise your hand for permission to speak. Rule 3. Raise your hand for permission to leave your seat. Rule 4. Make smart choices. Rule 5. Keep your
Despite the repetition of the whole brain teaching rules, students are nevertheless a part of the process. They are given examples by the instructor, showing why the rules are important to follow for their own learning, well-being, and safety in the classroom.
Created using Powtoon.